Film students can no longer sit through films. This is very sad to hear. This is from outlet here. What is it? The Atlantic. I have the unlocked version. The film students who can no longer sit through films. The attention span crisis goes to the movies. Alan, give me the,
yes.
Here's for people that don't have a good attention span. What's the synopsis of this article that you can read?
All right. Well, let me tell you.
Isn't it?
Well, funny you should ask, but college professors are facing a problem that once seemed unthinkable. Film students won't sit through movies. What used to feel like the easiest homework imaginable has become the losing battle for attention. I used to think if homework was watching a movie, that would be the best homework ever, said Craig Erpelding, a film professor at University of Wisconsin-Madison. But students will not do it. Across the country, film studies professors report that students increasingly struggle to watch feature-length films, a shift that has accelerated since the pandemic. Many instructors now ban electronics during screenings, but enforcement is difficult. Malcolm Turvey of Tufts University said about half the class still sneaks glances at their phone. At USC, Akira Mizuta Lippitt compared his students to addicts in withdrawal. They no longer can go without checking their phone. The more they fidget, eventually they give in. Even when Lippitt explicitly asked students to focus on the crucial final scene of the conversation, some still stared at their phones. You don't have to just pay attention at the very end. You can't get everybody to do that. As professors relax in-person screening requirements, many students stream films on their own, often while multitasking or not watching at all. At Indiana University, internal data reveals the grim numbers. Fewer than 50% of students even started assigned films, and only 20% finished them. After distracted viewing, students frequently misunderstand even the basic plot points. Jeff Smith, also a UW-Madison, found that more than half of his class failed a simple question at the ending of Jules and Jim, choosing answers above Nazis or Ernest Hemingway, neither of which appear in the film. Smith, who taught nearly 20 years, said that he had to grave on a curve to keep the scores from collapsing. Professors largely avoid blaming students, instead pointing out how media consumption has changed. Today's students grew up with smartphones, short-form video, and constant switching between apps. If your body and your psychology are not trained for durations of feature film length, it will just feel excruciatingly long, Lippitt said. Even aspiring filmmakers are not cinephiles. 10 years ago, people who wanted to go study film were cinephiles. Nowadays, they consume the same thing everyone else consumes, which is social media. The industry itself responding. Matt Damon recently said Netflix encourages filmmakers to hook viewers in the first 5 minutes and to repeat plot points for distracted audiences. And some film professors push back. Courses in slow cinema aim to retrain students' attention through minimalist, demanding films.
It's very sad, but not surprising. And also, I would, look, I'm guilty of this, not in a movie theater. That's why I have a watch. I can look at the time. But if I'm really engaged, I don't care what time it is. But when you're watching, say, a Netflix show, you can basically glean everything, even without watching, because they repeat the plot. And you can hear something on Netflix, understand. A lot of great cinema, you have to watch. Mm-hmm. You have to be focused. It's very sad. It's going to result in a terrible generation of new filmmakers. And I don't know what it is. I do think that addiction to devices, apps, is as bad for you as smoking. Maybe not detrimental like to your health in terms of physical health, but I would argue to your mental health. It's sad, but not surprising. And I think the next generation of filmmakers, I don't know. How are they going to, is this something to be beaten? Like, But I believe that I don't think people should have access to any kind of phone until under, I don't know, over 16, social media. It seems obviously you see the effects of this.
Mm-hmm.
And here's what I would like. I would like a phone that is stripped down. I don't need a million apps. I've sort of determined the apps I want to use. Something very basic. And when I set up any new app that I'm going to use, I always turn off all notifications. The only notifications I leave on my phone are for calendar. Like you have a movie that starts at 7, 2 hours before I get a notice. Oh, okay, I'll get ready to go. What do you think about this, Alan?
Yeah, two things. One is, what the hell are they teaching in film school if they're not teaching about film?
Right.
I mean, how do you make a movie if you don't understand what made great films great films?
Yeah.
And how do you tell a story if you don't know how to tell a story? If you don't know how other people told a story? I mean, I keep telling people that what the lost art is that no one thinks about like the great movies. What is a great movie to you? Describe it. Why is it great? And then why not just replicate that? Why not? It's ways of making stories engaging.
Well, the other thing I wouldn't say replicate. I'd say inspired by.
Well, if you're a film student,
by that.
If you're a film student, I would say replicate it, and then find your own
as an exercise
way of telling a story. Yeah, as an exercise.
Yeah.
Because I think there's this arrogance of the youth today that they don't need education. They don't need to look at the past and history. They just know it instinctually, and that's why we get Starfleet Academy. That's why we get all this crap, the acolyte that we have to suffer through, because no one's teaching them this stuff. Look, all this fraud going on in the world. What do they teach in business school nowadays? Do they teach simple economics? To me, the idea that that people are taking government dollars and wasting it, it just shows you that there's just this ignorance people have of pure economics, of simple economics. And then the second point I want to make is, we need to start weaning ourselves off of the phone. We need to, I wouldn't say just go cold turkey, but understand that, we need to be able to put our phone aside for a couple hours and not go to it and not always be tethered to it.
That's why I actually enjoy going to the movies I'm at the movies 3-4 days a week, or 3-4 screenings a week.
Well, when we were doing the Critics' Choice Awards, they sent us screeners of all the movies, and I was like, I can't watch this stuff at home. And
I prefer
for the majority. I maybe saw 4 or 5 movies off of that app. Otherwise, I either went to a screening or went to see it in the actual theater. Because I just can't avoid the distractions and the temptations of those distractions. Hamnet. Oh my God, I couldn't watch that at home.
I agree.
69.
Hey, let's get to some other topics here. We're gonna have a shorter show today, but this early pitch of Star Trek. So Razor Fist and this is to proceed. You have news on the new episode of Star Trek.
Yes.
But this early pitch of Star Trek was uncovered by our friend Razor Fist. Shout out to him. It's from the Jamie Kennedy Experience. It's a 2-minute clip from the show. I'll share it full screen here right now. You've got to see this. So Razor Fist says a hidden camera gag on the Jamie Kennedy Experiment, which I love that show.
Yeah.
Accidentally predicts Starfleet Academy 20 years ago. Let's watch the whole clip. It is 2 minutes, but watch this. This is the Rick Berman writer's room, and they bring in Jamie Kennedy to pitch the writer's room.
Yeah, as he's disguised as a writer schlub.
A writer schlub guy. So let's watch this. I may pause it, but check this out.
You know what you should do, seriously? It's an open discussion, and I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You're absolutely right.
Like the first series, forget that. Throw that in the star badge. You know what I'm saying? And what you should do is you need to get in touch with the younger demographic to high school. Okay? So it's like Star Trek High.
This isn't the WB. I mean,
no, who watches that?
not me.
No one does. Especially on Thursday. You take Wesley Crusher.
He's got his makeup, he's got false teeth and like a fake nose. Yeah. I gotta back it up. Okay, let's watch it, especially on Thursdays. Make a joke. Because their show was on Thursday. So all right, let's keep watching.
Especially on Thursday. You take Wesley Crusher, he gets zits.
No makeup?
No makeup. He looks great.
No, I like this idea of a younger demographic being pulled in.
Well, there was a
I don't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. Can you come with me for a sec? I want to just quick come with me, Leon. You guys keep talking. I just want to. I want to
pull me out of here.
No, I want to run this thing, man.
Okay, so he walks out, and now they don't know that they're still being. It's obviously it's all uncovered, but these are the writers after he leaves the room.
Yeah, these are Star Trek writers.
Yeah.
That is the worst idea for a Star Trek show that I've ever heard in my entire life. I mean, it's so bogus. I mean, are you guys? I mean, am I right? Is that?
Oh, you're absolutely right. Yes.
All right, so I'll call back. Hey,
What's up, Jack?
Well, I think that he had a really great idea. I think for
That's a horrible idea.
high school. I like Leon's idea so much that I called Rick Berman.
Just so you know, Rick Berman is the executive producer of the entire Star Trek franchise, and he's a god to these guys.
What you
And Rick Berman loved the idea, and he's talking to Leon in the office right now because
In my personal opinion, that guy's crazy.
I think
He's mentally
he had
unstable.
some facts wrong. But he
Wrong?
He did.
Wrong?
He called him a gay horse, for God's sake.
Welcome back. Clearly, there's something there. I think there's something to this idea.
the idea sucks.
He actually said on the phone was saying how he thought you would be great as the principal on the show.
That's actually kind of interesting.
That's what I'm saying. We can always use it in a gay character. That would be great.
A gay character.
Dude, the Millennium Falcon is never going to be the same.
It sounds like Star Trek Destruction.
The Millennium Falcon will never be the same. Oh my God. Oh God.
I love that.
Of course,
show.
the comments are roasting it. Here we go. He said make it gay and in high school. And guess what? That's what Starfleet Academy is. Oh my God. Oh my God, man. This early pitch for Star Trek Starfleet Academy. We need to work on our banners here, folks.
Well, I mean,
Banners.
yeah, Starfleet Academy episode 6 is when they cordon off all the straight students and marginalize them.
Is that what's going to happen?
Yeah, it's not, but hey, yeah, it could be episode 7. I mean, it's not without the realm of reality.